Now, our friends at Anything Liverpool, they put out a stat of the day. I have to ever so slightly correct it, but the premise of it is correct. In these leagues that I'm about to mention, the Premier League, the Bundesliga, Serie A, La Liga, and the Portuguese League, every club in every one of those leagues, except Liverpool, have made a signing. Let that sink in. Premier League, Bundesliga, Serie A, La Liga, and the Portuguese Primera Division. Every single one of those clubs have signed a player in this summer's transfer window, except us. But let's be patient. FSG know what they're doing. Trust the process. Yawn. That's not even embarrassing. That is actually scandalous. Now, they said it was in Europe's top 5 leagues, but they're incorrect there because the French division is in Europe's top 5 leagues. But either way, that is shocking. Shocking. What are they getting paid for at this point? Like, what are they doing? There's not even, and look, trust me, I'm looking, there's not even real concrete links to a player. It's embarrassing. It is embarrassing, my friends, that we have still not conducted business with 32 days to go in the transfer window. Just 32 days to get 3 transfers in and get rid of all the players who are surplus to requirements. 32 days. We haven't been able to do it in the last 50, but sure, we'll get it all done in 32. That's what we're supposed to believe. Is there anybody out there who still thinks that there isn't a little bit of skullduggery, is a word that we'd use here in Ireland, going on with this? I don't know how we're expected to be competitive. Like, let's be honest about it. We've a new manager and that's going to take time for him to settle in. And that's fine. That's expected. I'm not complaining about that. But the fact that you still haven't got a signing in. I mean, how much faith are we putting in these guys to get this done? Like, it's asking a lot now of even the most optimistic Liverpool fan to think that there isn't something to be concerned about right now. Craig, I think we're going to get that old pony at the end of the transfer window by FSG that, oh, the right player wasn't available. Tommy, you see it every year, bro. Every year, every window, and people still buy it. The fans of the accountancy side of Liverpool that get hard-ons for FSG not spending money, they'll all be out in force, making the excuses, talking about the saviour of the club from 12, 13 years ago and all the other nonsense that we have to listen to month after month, season after season, that makes excuses for the fact that John W. Henry, Tom Werner and the rest of FSG are just cheap. So, you know, I'm not here to tell other people when to have the benefit of the doubt and when not to. I can only give you my opinion on things. And this is an utter disgrace at this point. You know, if you still have nothing. Remember, we were all hopeful we'd get a little opportunistic signing at the end of June for the PSR calculations. So we were all, and especially me, I was thinking, surely there's a club here that we can leverage, a club we can lean on. And we didn't get something sorted there. And I thought, okay, that's fair enough. Maybe there just wasn't the right person available, or maybe clubs weren't in as dire need as we potentially thought. Let that go by. And we've gone through the whole of July now. We're now on the 29th of July. And still nada, nothing. Not one incoming signing. Not offers gone in that we know of. What are we at? And Endo, the old line about Endo is hilarious. So, of course, there was the Marseille offer for Endo that Fabrizio Romano then said actually happened a couple of weeks back. And then David Lynch said there's been some interest in Endo from the Bundesliga. And then the line came out, the age-old reliable. As it stands, Liverpool have no... What's the phrase I always use? Liverpool are not actively looking to sell Wataru Endo. But, ... we kind of are. You know, if you're briefing, and it was briefed to say this, let me just read you out something first, so you know where I'm going with this. David Lynch, I think this is... Yes, David Lynch, speaking on Wataru Endo, said, Endo is not going to be integral to the plans this season. That is very much my understanding at the moment anyway. So, look, let's be adults about this. They want to sell Endo. And they're trying to stir up more interest. And apparently that interest is there from the Bundesliga. So, Then you're going to hear that we can't sell Endo till we have a replacement lined up. And this is where the problem comes. Where is this replacement? Where is this defensive midfielder that we've needed before the new manager came in? That we needed last season? Still nothing. I refuse to believe that there is not one midfielder plying his trade anywhere in the world who isn't an improvement on the options that we have. Now, I know that we're going to get told the obvious stuff. Michael Edwards won't settle for second best. Michael Edwards wants the guy that ticks every box and is willing to wait for it. But we've already been waiting. This is our third year. Those aren't my words, those are the Echo's words. Third year looking to fill this position. And here we are. Windows going by, club strengthening around us. Nothing. Nada. Zip. Yes, man. Do you think Arne Slot is a good manager? Yeah, genuinely. I'm really excited to look at his style of play. We've had a small sample size of it. We've seen some highlights from the Preston game. We got to see the game against Real Betis. And it was very interesting to see how we want to kill teams with the ball now. We want to just run them into the ground, pass the ball, make the right decisions. Yeah, I do believe he's a good coach. But remember, Jurgen Klopp couldn't win the league with this team. And I'm not ready yet to admit that Arne Slot's a better coach than Jurgen. So if Kloppo couldn't do it last season, when we were in a great position and we fell away, it's more obvious than ever that we need those replacements and we need those additions to the squad. Craig, I just came... Are we signing anyone, John? Well, Richard, probably will sign somebody, mate, but there's nothing that any of us believe is imminent, that we're aware of. Yeah, I'm going full, I don't know, Jonathan Ross. Nothing impending, mate, that I'm aware of. Don't know. Do you think we will make signings? Honestly, I have to think that way, mate. I have to believe we will. Like, if I was to sit here and say to you right now that, hand on heart, I don't believe we're going to make a signing, to me that's basically like admitting I've given up, because the club would have given up, the owners would have given up at that point. There's no way anybody can convince you or me or anybody with half a brain that an owner not strengthening a team with a new coach, watching his rival strengthen when he's already playing catch up, that is an owner that wants to win. So, I've been cranky about this all summer and moaning and asking where's the money and swearing and everything else. And I know people say to me all the time, relax, time, Craig, a bit too early for the moaning, and I get it. But I've been around. I remember these owners. I remember how these windows work. I remember the goddamn frustration every transfer window, and the excuses and the lies. And as you move closer into August, it's easy for people to just sit back and go, well, you were told, Richard Hughes said you're going to do your business in August. Okay, but we also know a couple of other things about the last month of a transfer window. Any club you want to buy from will probably have to make a replacement signing, so they're not going to want it to go late into the window. The deeper into the window you go, the more desperate you become, and the more the price tag goes up. And that lines up and very much feeds into, well, there was no value in the market. We tried to do it, but the prices being asked were just astronomical. You'll get every excuse under the sun, time and time again. But still, you will be called impatient, you will be called ungrateful, fake fan, half a fan, plastic fan, sofa fan, armchair fan. Everything but these clowns who still defend the owners and their spending, actually putting their hands up in the air and saying, do you know what? We got it wrong. We shouldn't have believed in the owners. We should have seen this coming. And there is still time, but my God, it's getting to squeaky bum time right now.